Alright, so I just want you guys to learn from my mistakes here. So I have this Briggs Stratton engine on this YardMan lawnmower. And most of these Briggs Stratton engines, they have the pull start assembly. They have them riveted on here. And so I went ahead and drilled out the rivets, and I was planning on just re-riveting it back on there, but I can't find my rivet gun or rivets, so I'm going to end up having to bolt it on. So I just want to say, just don't bother drilling those rivets out. Leave the rivets alone, and you'll end up having to take the lawnmower most of it apart anyway to change the recoil pull cord. But yeah, don't do what I've done and drill that out. So since I did that, I've just got a zip tie here. I've wound the pull cord around, I've fed it in there, and I've got a zip tie holding it on so I can mess around with this, and it's not going to uncoil or anything. It's good that way. And once I'm done, so I'm just going to bolt this back on here, and once I'm all done, I'll just cut that zip tie and it'll feed back in and everything will be good. So another thing that happened here is I just wanted to go ahead and cut my grass the other day while I was waiting on a new pull rope to come in. And so I've done this in the past. I've taken my Milwaukee drill here and I've just used the drill to put it on, and there's a nut in the center here. Put it on and I just use the drill to start the lawnmower engine, and that's worked great many times in the past, but for whatever reason this time I started up the lawnmower, started it up, and I had a zip tie here holding the lawnmower going, and while I was just letting the lawnmower warm up for a second, make sure it was running fine, I noticed that the nut in the center had loosened off a little bit, and this cone, this top piece was starting to vibrate, and I could see it starting to loosen off. And by the time I got over there to the lawnmower to shut it off, the nut had loosened off and had flown up in the air and landed in the tall grass, and it took me a while to find that. So yeah, and I thought I'll just put the nut back on, tighten it back on, and no big deal, get the grass cut. But I couldn't get this nut to stay tight after that. Every time I tightened it up and restarted the lawnmower, it would just loosen off again. And so to fix that, I've got some red Loctite here, the high heat type. So I'm gonna apply that to the threads of this bolt here and the nut and tighten that all back on. So yeah, also a little side note here. I just went to replace the air filter on this lawnmower and looked online quite a bit, and I thought I found the right one, and since everything's closed right now, I just went ahead and ordered it, and looked pretty much the same, except the new filter is actually quite a bit taller. So I ended up taking my Dremel tool and cutting the plastic out underneath this cover here. I cut all this plastic out with the Dremel tool so the new filter could fit in. And it's substantially taller, as you can see there. And so even after I took the gasket off the bottom there, it's still quite a bit taller. So I cut out all this extra plastic and put that back on there, and it's still about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch too tall. And so as a result, these bolts that came with it, they're not going to be long enough. Well, the one is anyway. So I was able to get the one bolt in there, and it works fine. And now I found another bolt. This is a 1032 bolt. And so luckily that's the same threads as right here. So I'm just going to use that and bolt that back on and be all good. But yeah, so don't drill out those rivets, all right, guys? And yeah, that's it. All right, well, take care and have a good one.